aka Kitty Street. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to another Dollar Tree haul. And this one is an irregular Dollar Tree haul because I usually don't put Dollar Tree hauls out on a Monday, but I could not wait for this one to come out because there's been a little, you know, hush hush talking around the Dollar Tree. And I call it hush hush, but I guess it's not really hush hush because a lot of people are, putting it on their channels. They're talking about it. They're spreading the news. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the 25-cent clearance event that I have never heard of in my life for Dollar Tree. I don't know if it's a brand new thing or if it has been going on and I just never, knew that's what it was called. I have periodically found things at the Dollar Tree, between 25 cents and 50 cents over the years, but not where it's actually where people are saying, hey, you need to hit up the Dollar Trees right now because things are 25 cents. I'm going to pop in some videos as we do this haul today, but I'm going to talk about, other things. I did look through what they offered for 25 cents, and let's talk about that. But first, like, share, comment, and if you're new, this is a great video to pop in on. I hope you'll click that subscribe bell. And everybody else, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. It sure does help my channel grow. So the 25-cent clearance event is something that's, how it is in my stores, because I went to 3 different ones. And I think I came in a little bit late in the game. I think people have been talking about it. Actually, some of you subscribers, my besties, were putting it in the comments, hey, Dollar Tree has 25-cent things going on or a sale going on. And I kept seeing that. But in my crazy little world, I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the Dollar Tree, but I need to go when I have time. And can actually shop and, look for things. I always try to look for new items so I can, at least take some pictures and post them in my community tab or bring them, purchase them and bring them and show you on a haul. So by the time I got around to going to the Dollar Tree, it was, over the weekend. And I was like, okay, I hit up 3 different Dollar Trees, and how it is in Georgia, in my area, because it's probably different in every region and every state, is that they had buggies. Now, one store had not buggies, but one store had like boxes, like, and they were wrapped in Christmas paper. Like one was up in the front of the part of the store, and then there was one kind of like towards the back, but on the side, right beside the cash registers. They had 2 different boxes with, odds and ends kind of things. I mean, if you were into stickers or headbands or scrunchies, you could have had a field day. I have a lot of stickers. I have a lot of scrunchies, and I don't really wear headbands, but I did buy a few for other people, and I already gave it to them. I actually, before I thought about doing this video, I was like, I came home and I'm like, I got all these headbands. You want them? And swoop, they snatched up. But you'll see the picture inside the video of what I'm talking about. So that was one store. Then I went to another store. They had buggies. They had actual shopping carts pushed up to the front, and one of them had like 4 of them. And it had stuff like, again, it was with the stickers. They had a lot of home decor, those little, picture like paintings, I guess you want to call it. Those signs that I love. But, if you were a crafter, I'm thinking you probably could get this stuff and repurpose it. I had most of the things that were in there already. I purchased it already, and I didn't really need it. I spent 25 cents, just to have extras. And believe it, that went through my mind several times. And I had like maybe, $5 worth of stuff, which is quite a bit at a quarter a piece. And I wound up putting a lot of it back. And I'm going to show you what I wound up with. But if you like stuff like that and you like rummaging, go now. I don't know how long it's going to last. I try to research it. There's some channels out there that really get into details about, what all you can get. And if you got it early, comment, let me know if you got some really nice things. I mean, they had everything you could think of. They were putting it out for 25 cents. And with it, when it was all said and done, I shop the Dollar Tree constantly. So I'm always in there. So I'm always buying stuff. So the things that I was seeing at this late date, like I said, if I would have got it, maybe 3, 4, 5 days ago, a week ago, I don't know when it actually came out. If I get the dates and when I edit this, I'll put it up here. But right now, I'm just like as clueless as anybody else. I just know that I went to 3 different stores, and they did have, they were doing a clearance event, and I was like, yay! But anyway, I digress. So I'm going to show you the items. Like I said, I did have, and as far as what I got, take in mind, I did buy a few headbands and a few scrunchies, but I gave them all out, so I can't really show you them here now. But I basically had put back most of the stuff that I was going to get because, like I said, I already had it, and I had went through the store, and I found so many great items. This is what I came out with, and it's not a whole lot, guys. It really isn't. But what I did get, I'm thinking is pretty cool. Now, the first thing I got for 25 cents is this right here. And these were normally $1.25. They might have had them back in the day. Oh, at $1.25. I think they're now $1.50. It's those matchbook nail files. There's 5 emery boards, okay? This is great for traveling. This is great for stocking stuffers. This is great just to have it, because if your nails gets, they break a little bit or chip a little bit, you can take these nail files and they work wonders. Now, why did I only get one? I don't know. I think it's because when I was digging through it, I probably spent a good amount of time digging through these boxes of Christmas wrap boxes that they had out, because they were pretty deep. And I don't recommend that to anyone that broke my back. And also, I dug through the buggies, and they did have numerous of these little emery board, matchbook nail files. But someone, as I was digging through it, a couple of people actually had said to me, make sure you put ask, because some of the stuff that was in these bins and the buggies were not ringing up for 25 cents. So I think in my mind, I just got one item, or the things I wanted, and if it was 25 cents, I was saying, well, I'll go back. So if they do have this particular item right here, I will go back and probably buy a couple dollars worth of it, because, like I said, stocking stuffers, your own self, you can, give them as gifts. Use these, and I use emery boards all the time. I really do like them. So that was 25 cents. The next 2 things were right up my alley, and it's by the Crafter's Square, and they had a lot of stickers, but they didn't have a lot of the Crafter's Squares. But they didn't have a lot of these Crafter's Square, which is really strange. If they would have had more of these, I probably would have picked them up, because I'm just, this is one of my likes. I like the country. I love flowers. Anything to do with flowers and outdoors and springtime. I just like it. This is 6 pieces for, 25 cents opposed to $1.25, $1.50, $1.75, depending on what store you're at. So I got this one, and again, they didn't have a lot of them. The only other one I found of it was also another one. This is actually a 5-piece. I don't know what the difference is, but look how nice these are. Just the window thing, and you could do a lot of things with this. You can do junk journals if you're into that, or you can do, just like if you're doing friend mail, you can stick some of these flowers in there. You can stick them on cards, things like that. So I got those 2 for $0.25. And then the last item, yes, the last item, I picked up this pack of stickers, which this is for my grandson, Zaire. He is 4 years old, and he likes dinosaurs. He really is into that. He can name probably most of these, and I'm not even going to try to attempt to name them, because I will butcher it, because I don't even know them. Barney's not on there. I know that. If you comment, let me know if you know what I'm talking about when I say Barney. But there's 10 pieces, and I thought, well, we could spend some time talking about it, and he could stick on some stuff. And for $0.25, is some entertainment that was going to be very inexpensive. Now, I had originally, about $5 worth of stuff opposed to these and the headbands and the scrunchies. And I got to thinking about it. I kept saying to myself, do I need this? A lot of it was iron-ons. And I was like, you want to get it, but it's going to go in a bag and be put somewhere, because I would not even be able to tackle that kind of project till after the first of the year because of my busy schedule. So I just kind of was like, you know what, there might be other people that want it. And if they don't, it'll be back there when I go back, because I do plan on, hitting up the Dollar Tree plenty more times before December 31st. So that was my 25-cent spiel. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, if you have bought some great stuff, again, put it in the comments and tell me what you got for 25 cents. So, hey and yay to the Dollar Tree for, hosting this event. And, I don't know, to me, yeah, it was actually okay stuff. It wasn't like the worst of the worst. And, at least it was, okay for 25 cents, right? All right, so let's move into the Dollar Tree haul. And I do have a few friend mail cards, which was towards my birthday. And I do want to take a second to tell everybody, thank you so much if you, sent me a birthday wish or a card or even a friend mail gift. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really do appreciate it. You don't have to do that stuff, but my birthday was right before Thanksgiving. And I went on my post and said thank you to everybody, but I just want to officially say I had the best birthday. I actually did a live video. If you didn't get to see it, why don't you just pop on there and watch the replay? It was really, really nice. I actually talk about the contest that I'm running, which is the holiday exchange contest for it started, I think, November 14th or 15th. I can't even remember now. And I'm going to reveal it on December 21st for the winners. It's going to be an e-gift card, and anybody can, get into it. But what you have to do is send in a holiday card to me at my P.O. Box, which is P.O. Box 512, Jonesboro, Georgia, 30237. I'll pop it up here in the video somewhere. Again, that's P.O. Box 512, Jonesboro, Georgia, 30237. If you can, mail it in, because today is, we're first week in December. If I need to get it by the 20th, because I'm going to reveal them on the 21st, and that's a Sunday. So the 20th, whatever's in the mail, in my P.O. box at that time, will be the last of the last. And then I will draw the winner on the 21st and hopefully be able to get it sent to you right away to an email. And you can have, something right there at the tail end of Christmas. Now, that's one contest I'm running. And if you, when the holiday card that you send in, which I just completely went over my head and forgot to say, you do need to answer 5 questions about how well do you know Wendy, aka Kitty Street, me. And I always pin them in the comments. The last few videos I got slack and I didn't go do it because I can't pin them in until after the video post. And I'm always, scheduling it out, and I got to remember to do that. But I'll go back in a few of them and put in those pins in case, you want to go to the pin comments and see those questions. But you might want to check out my live, because I did. You can go in there and you can check out the live. You can like it and you can comment on it, and you might know what the questions are. So in the holiday card, just put those 5 questions. There is a bonus question. And if you do not want to, do that, you can send in a holiday card as well anyway, and I'll send one right back to you. And you don't have to have the questions right. It's just something fun and something to change it up. Knowing that you guys who really are, watching me and supporting me, and, you're there faithfully, you are, cream of the crop, and you deserve to be acknowledged, right? So there is another contest that I just came off the cuff with that I'm newly announcing. It was in my last video for Temu. There are 2 little stockings back here, and I have not put anything else in them since that video, because that was Saturday and I was shopping all weekend, so I didn't have time. But I'm going to be stuffing these 2 little stockings back here, the one with W and the one with Z. Comment, let me know if you know what those W and Z is standing for. And if you get, you guess how many items are in there, the closest person to it, I'll put all the names who guess the amounts, and I'll pull, and there's going to be 2 winners, okay? There'll be 2 winners for each of the stockings. So the prize is to be determined. I haven't decided yet. I don't know if it's somebody that's out of the country. It's probably going to be another e-gift card. If it's someone inside the country, it's probably going to be a stocking that I'm going to fill up and send out to you. So if you're interested in that, keep an eyeball on this, and I will start showing them more. I'm waiting till the 12 days of Christmas, which I don't even know what day it is. What is the 8th? The 8th. Normally, I'm doing a Mondays with Mom, but her Temu hasn't come in, and she didn't really shop with me this weekend, so I don't know what all she's got going on. So we're doing the Dollar Tree for the 25-cent sales event, because I really didn't want to wait too much longer, because it might leave and you might miss that opportunity. So hit it up and let me know what you guys find. All right, now let's get into the haul. Now, most everything, yeah, I did get a few higher dollar stuff, not many, it's towards the end. I got some seasonal stuff, and I got a lot of food stuff. And the food was still $1.25. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I think the Christmas was $1.50, and then the other items I'll tell you as I go, because they're more like gifts and things like that. So the first thing that I purchased was this Funfetti, and this is a big old green vanilla frosting. It's 15.6 ounces, and it's good until, it says best if used by January 10th of 2027, not 2026, 2027, because at first I was like, oh, it's old, it's probably from Halloween or whatever. What I want to do with this is that I am going to be possibly hosting something on Christmas Eve with some kids. And I was thinking about, doing cookies and putting this as the, because it's green, make like little Christmas trees or something. And I also am doing a cookie exchange, and I might put some of this icing on there as well. I'm probably not going to use any of this stuff, but it was $1.25, and, it can help, decorate. So I picked up that. They had the orange one, but I didn't get it. And I should have just had it for extras. Okay. Never, ever, 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 ever go into the Dollar Tree hungry. And I was really hungry, apparently, because I see these and I post them on my community tab all the time about the different flavors that I'm about to show you. And what am I talking about? Well, let's start off with this one. It's the Martha White Muffin Mix. And the thing is you don't have to put anything in it except some milk, right? It just says add milk. You don't have to put eggs or nothing else. So I thought, how easy can that be, right? I just need to make sure when I get a gallon of milk that I bake these bad boys. It tells you how to make them, and they sounded so good, or I was just really, really hungry at the time. This is blueberry cheesecake, guys, $1.25 for a name brand like this. Then they had this one here, which was birthday cake. And again, you just add milk. They're all 7.4 ounces, I believe. Well, this one's 7 ounces. And this one was 7.4. Okay, it's probably because of the sprinkles. Then this one is a 7.4, and this is the cinnamon sugar muffin mix. Oh my gosh, sounds really, really good. Just add milk, and again, $1.25. Then I got this brownie bites. Now this one, had to be, I second guess myself on it, but it does say you have to have egg and milk for this one. So some of them you do have to add stuff to it, and oil. You need eggs and oil, not eggs and milk. And who doesn't want some brownies, right? And I'm going to be, what I'm thinking, because at the time I'm like, you don't need any of this stuff. And I like all these. This is something that if I make them, I'm going to want some of them. I'm going to want to try it. But like I said, I am maybe doing something on Christmas Eve, and I've got some little munchkins running around, and I'm thinking about just making a big batch of all this stuff and putting it out, it'd be a sugar rush, but it's Christmas, right? And whatever we don't eat, I'll pack it up and send it home to whoever wants to take it, so I can start the new year off better, I guess. And then who could not resist this? I see this every single year. I don't even know if I bought it last year or not. And all of these go to 2027. I'm not even joking. I was looking at the thing on it too. I think these all do. Yeah, all of them had 2027 on there. So I'm like, if I don't do the New Year's Eve thing, and the reason why I haven't committed to it is because of, our family thing. We're trying to figure that out from my immediate family when we do our Secret Santa. And when I get that date, then I'll know if I'm going to have time to do the Christmas Eve thing. So if I don't, they can stay in my pantry for a minute, and I can do them for some other kind of holiday or party or whatever. But this one is the Funfetti Elf on the Shelf Hot Cocoa Cookie Mix, 6.5 ounces. And it tells you how to, do it in the little directions right there. And I don't know how they're going to taste. I've never actually had a hot cocoa cookie, but I might have to try one or two of these. And I have a little Pampered Chef mini, the little mini muffins, and that's what I'm going to put them in. And whatever's left over, I don't know if I'll make like cakes, or I might even make bigger if I have enough to make some bigger cupcakes for the adult people. Those were all $1.25, and some of them they're going to get some of this icing put on them probably, or if I'll make cookies and put that on there, or make them into cupcakes. I don't know. We shall see. But again, don't go in the Dollar Tree hungry, because you're gonna buy some food, because I wasn't intending to get anything, and it happened, right? Okay. I did purchase this. This was kind of new to me. It's a cookie bag. And it does come with these, you know, like round circles that you put at the bottom, which is great because who has got these bags and, you know, sealed them up, tied them up, and tried to, you know, some of them, I don't know if this is the one you use with a blow dryer or not, so it would shrink, but the bottom of it would be all wonky because of whatever if it wasn't flat. Well, they came up with the circles here on the bottom, and that's what it looks like right there. They had all kinds of designs, but I just like this one with the reefs, and it just says, you know, Merry Christmas, and there's 2 of them in there. So if you have things you want to put, you know, desserts or candies or a big cake, I don't know, gifts, you could even do gifts, so you can do that. So I am doing a cookie exchange, and Lord help me, guys, I'm losing everything left and right. I did buy something a while back. It was probably, I don't know, it was a while back. And it was similar to this, but these are 2 different sizes. And what are they, you say? This is a rectangular cookie box, and this is the square cookie box. And I got a couple of them that were like red and white striped. So if I don't find them by my cookie exchange, I can, you know, use those like in Valentine's because they were red and white. I hope. I don't know what's going on. I put stuff where I think I'm going to remember where it's at. And over Thanksgiving, because again, I'm going to harp on it. I was kind of thrown into the mix of doing, and not, I actually suggested, so I can't get mad at nobody but myself, but I asked, you know, we had Thanksgiving at my house, and I had to clean up real quick, and I just moved stuff and had everybody helping me. And, you know, it's somewhere around the stuff. I don't find them. And when I find them, I'll come back on and say, I found them. But anyway, I digress. So these were pretty cool. Now, these are 2 pieces, and they had a lot of designs, but I just was leaning towards the traditional Christmas colors. This one has like the reindeer and the, well, actually has like little animals, like Christmas animals. It says Season's Greetings with the trees. And this one just says Joy to the World with that dark green and the ornaments. I just thought that was really nice. But again, they had all kinds of different types. You know, they had blue ones, they had white ones, but I just opted for these. So this is a total of 4. And these were $1.75. No, excuse me, $1.50. All the Christmas stuff is $1.50. Okay, last but not least, I think this is all the Christmas stuff. I might have one more thing. I picked this up to put in some little presents that I'm going to be making. These are real glittery, but I've always eyeballed them. They got stockings and snowflakes and stars and Christmas trees. And I'm going to, and look, you know, I just think I'm going to put like 1 or 2 and drop them in some little Christmas gifts. And when I wrap them up, they'll be like just an extra thing. It just says 20 foam scatters, and it's from that Christmas house. And they only had one because I was trying to find, you know, another one to have, you know, a couple of them, but I only saw the one. So I went ahead and grabbed it because when I see one of something, it tricks my brain like, oh, you might need to get it. You'll never see it again. And I've seen that year after year. I just never really had a reason to do it. But now I have a reason to do it. I've got certain kind of gifts that I want to kind of, you know, just add some extra to it, some extra, you know, Christmas spirit to it, and that's what happened. Okay, all right, I do have one more Christmas item, and I have something else that's kind of Christmassy, but could be used for other stuff, and I'll tell you what that is. So what I got here is a penguin. It's brand spanking new, and this used to be $5 back in the day. And how do I know? Because I have every single one of them I have, and I'm going to be putting them, you know, I put them in my background. I'm going to start it around the 12 days of Christmas because that's just what I wanted to do this year. I got Santa Claus. I'm looking at him right over there. I got the Nutcracker, the Christmas tree, the snowman, and I have a penguin that needs to be blown up. And I do have the Elmo, the Christmas Elmo for my grandson. And this one was something I saw at, you know, at a request of a subscriber, a bestie, that was interested in the penguin, and it was $7. Now they're $7 now, which is still not a bad deal because I know I've had mine for, this is going probably the 3rd year. It may even been the 4th year. No, it's probably about 3 years. And guys, I never deflate them. They just stay up all year long. Some of them I don't even put water in. They're so lightweight. My grandson plays with them all day long. And then a couple of them, you know, does have water, and I'll kind of, you know, switch out the water like every season. I don't, you know, don't shoot the messenger, right? I mean, I'd got to be better, but they last is what I'm saying. And for $7 or $5, you know, I actually have a Santa Claus one that I found when I was trying to find those cookie boxes that I got for 50 cents after Christmas. I think it was last year or the year before. It's probably 2 years ago. 50 cents. And I just have that as a backup if my Santa Claus one ever, you know, deflates or whatever, and I need another one. And, you know, you can put them outdoors. Maybe why mine's last so long is I don't put mine outdoors. I don't think I ever have put them outdoors. But they can go, I think, indoor and outdoor. No batteries included. It comes with 2 stakes, so of course you can put them outdoors. And this is going to be sent out to you when I get your address. You know who I'm talking to about, but I do need to get your address where I can send this to you so you can make sure you get it. And I went ahead and picked it up. And if you didn't catch that video, and I'm going to, you know, harp it to death because it was such an awesome day, I did a video with crafty DIY guy Jamie, and he gave me an idea when we were at the store about these little bad boys right here. Now they're $1.50, and I bought 4 of them at that time, and I put all 4 of them on my tree, but it was fine. I didn't really need too much more because I have a bunch of other things on there. My son, who, you know, wanted to do, you know, he's in his own house now, and he wanted to do these as well. And he was saying, yeah, I want to put them on there. Now, I do have something similar to this, and I found it, but they look a little bit more spring-like, that I got at $1.25 last year. And I usually sometimes will put them out like on the tree limbs and let them just light up, you know, when we're doing stuff outdoors sometimes. But these look just more Christmassy, and I found them. They were $1.50, and I bought him for his tree, which he's putting up probably, you know, any minute now. He's waiting on me to haul this stuff. I'm trying to be, you know, proactive here. And I'm going to give these 4 to him, and they're beautiful. And I'm going to tell you, they light up pretty well. The only thing is, see, it's got the light on it. Hopefully they don't mess anybody that has light issues. And it's so pretty, but if you're going to turn it on, you make sure you turn it on and off. Because when you turn off your Christmas tree lights, which right now I am turning my Christmas tree lights off every day, but like the week of Christmas, you know, I let it run 24/7 around the clock. You know, I don't do nothing. But if you don't want these to burn out, is what I'm saying, because I don't know how they actually have batteries already included in them, so I don't know how long. And I always, oh yeah, let me make sure I say this too. When I go pick up something, I don't willy-nilly just pick up one. I always make sure they have a tab in it, because that way, more than likely, it's not been something that's been a tester or somebody's been using. Let me put this over here so I can make sure I get that to him. And you just want to make sure you don't get a dud, right? Because that's never no fun. All right, guys. So I've got a few things here left. Let me talk about that last. Okay, this is some things that were also... Well, let me talk about these two, and then the rest of the stuff was the like $3 and $5 and stuff on up. I did pick this up because I was just thinking to myself that it might taste pretty good. It's cinnamon dental floss, cinnamon waxed dental floss, 153 yards. And you do need to watch about these kind of things because they do have different dental flosses, but some of them have like 25 yards or 50 yards. And you're like, you know, if you want to, you know, get your money's worth, get the bigger ones with like over 100. So this is 153 yards. It's by Luminant. And it's cinnamon wax, and I have not had no cinnamon. I've had mint, and I've had bubblegum flavor, and I've had the plain wax ones, but I thought, okay, it's cinnamon. I'm going to try it for the holidays. Have the floss that's, you know, makes you think of, you know, cinnamon buns, cinnamon rolls, cinnamon. All right, I did pick this up, and this was $1.25, and this was $1.25. I got this for, it's a loofah with a little, you know, scrunchie on it. This is just mostly for exfoliating, and I got it for my little luxury spa day that I'm going to be doing for myself in my new bathroom, my new bathtub. And I realized that I didn't really have anything like this, and this was just cute, and it was $1.25 as well. It was by that Spa April Bath and Shower, and, you know, nothing, you know, major. I just wanted it to, you know, have on hand for the bath. And then I could not believe this when I saw this, because this is what I buy when I go. The last place that I bought this stuff at was Pop Shelf, which I haven't been to Pop Shelf in a hot minute. And it's this Hello. It's like a, well, it does say anti-plaque and whitening, but it's the fluoride-free toothpaste. They had it at Pop Shelf for, I think it was like $5, might have been $4 or $5. And at Walmart, these can be $7, $8, just depending on what you get, you know, how much you get and the size you get. And this is a 4.7 ounce. They had this at the doggone Dollar Tree, guys. and it was $5, and I don't mind paying it because I know that's what it costs, and it's, you know, a good brand. I really, you know, like it. It's Hello. I used to get Tom's. That's also another one I use, but Hello is good, and this is basically the natural peppermint, and it'll last me a good long time. I mean, I was about out. I'm using those charcoal ones that are fluoride free right now, but it does say, and they don't recommend you doing those, you know, every single week, you know, to kind of switch them out. So yeah. Okay, I got this, and I do have something to say about it. It was on an end cap, and I asked so many. I've had so many items because my store at this particular one, or the three that I was at this time, none of them had price checkers. Oh, I don't know what Georgia's problem is. They need to get with the program, right? But some of them, they are coming because I've been to some that have them, but these didn't. And I I had a ton of stuff that I had to put back because it was like $7, $5, $3. And I'm like, no, no, no. But I don't know why I didn't ask about this. And I thought it was, you know, at the most $3. I was like, okay, it's probably a $3. I wanted it to be $1.25 or even $1.75. It's still been good because I like these things. And what is it? It's by COS, Clean, Organize, and Store. It's a hair and lint remover brush, and I can't open it up because I'm probably going to exchange this because of the fact I have like 3 of these already. Not from the Dollar Tree, but from just different places that I'm, you know, I was hoping that these were going to be really inexpensive because I was thinking about putting this in a stocking stuffer, but this was $4, and I may wind up keeping it. I mean, I don't know. I don't like to exchange stuff, but I just feel some type of way that I was asking and asking and asking, and I even said to the lady, I said, if anything rings up more than $1.75, let's talk about it. But, you know, when you have a lot of stuff, and this is just half of the stuff, I'm going to have to come back, you know, probably later on this week. I'm probably going to do a second Dollar Tree haul because it was just, you know, people, they don't look, and I didn't pay attention. I was ready to, you know, people were lining up behind me, and I'm like, I got to get out of here. So this was $4. Is it worth $4? I don't know. Some of them that I have work okay, and some of them I don't. And basically what it is, it has this little brush, and it has a little container here, and you pop it out, and you have to do it like up and down, and then when you pop back in, it's supposed to kind of clean itself. So, you know, I might look at the prices and see, but always, always, always ask or use that price checker because, yeah, that happens. You know, you get overcharged, and then you get like me and be like, what? They overcharged me, and you feel like, man, that's happened to me a lot, so I really should be over it by now, right? Okay, this last item was a splurge item for my grandson. I don't even know if I'm going to give it to him for Christmas because you know, he's growing up. His toys that I have for him now are really, you know, he's grown out of them. I've been going through them, and I'm going to talk when he gets back to my house for a couple days. We're going to go through stuff. I'm not going to say, hey, Zaire, we're going to go donate these. I'm just going to be like, do you play with these or do you play with that? And then when he's gone, and I'll take stuff off because he's like me. He wants to keep everything, and I'm just going to teach him right off the bat, or I'm going to do it on the sly and get rid of it. But I saw this, and he is into the little dart guns and stuff like that, but I thought this would be interesting. And it's called, by Classic Games, it's a Hoover Shot target game, and I hope it works, guys, because it says the balls float on air. And I thought that would be good. It has 10, and I didn't open it up. It does come with the little dart gun. It comes with like some darts. And it comes with like 10 of these little balls, that are going to, you know, I guess you're going to be using as a target. It comes with this little base. And it does require some batteries. How many batteries does it require? I forgot. And I was like going to show it to you guys, but of course I forgot to get the batteries. It says 4 AA batteries. So it does take quite a few batteries. But I might just, it says 26 pieces right here. This was $5. Now, if it would have been too much more than that, I probably wouldn't have got it. Don't ask me why. But if it works, my grandson's going to get a kick out of it because he likes, we play with a dart gun. He has a bunch of them. And we'll name things we're going to try to, you know, we target and we try to get them. And half the time I never hit him anywhere, but he gets close. He's really good at it. So I know he will be interested in this. And for $5, it's pretty cool. As far as like, should I wait till Christmas? It'll depend on, because he'll be here several times before Christmas. And again, I just, you know, want him to have some things that are entertaining. We can't really go outside right now. It's freezing here. So I'm trying to find things like that. And if, you know, we get into something else, I might stick that in as a Christmas gift. we shall see. All right, guys, if you hung out to the video to this point, that was a long one. Put in the comments 25 cents because, of course, I'm promoting the Dollar Tree's 25-cent clearance event. And again, it kind of snuck up on me. I think it's something brand new in my opinion. So yes, run, don't walk to your nearest Dollar Tree when you go pick up your last minute seasonal items or whatever you're getting. Are you just making your regular stop to the Dollar Tree because you want to see what they got? Check out the 25-cent selections, and hopefully, I'm hoping you'll find some stuff that you can use and you might need. Let me read these 3 little cards right here, and there are, again, birthday cards. And I wanted to read them especially because they were from my family. It says, "It's your day." And, you know, my mom had got me this, and she got me a little Amazon card. And it says, "Wishing you the best things in life and a very happy birthday. Love, Mom." So I just want you to know my family does give me cards, and they do give me, you know, gifts and things like that. And I tell my mom every year, you know, you don't have to give me anything, but she does that to all her kids and her grandkids. She's a wonderful, wonderful lady. The next one is from my very first subscriber ever, my Aunt Barbara. If you're watching, hey, she actually came over for Thanksgiving and she brought me this card, and it was so touching because I was like, I'm older. Not that old, but I'm older. And I was like, you're still, and they have faithfully given out Christmas cards when they could every single year. They do it for all the grandkids. If we invite them to anything, they usually always come, even up to this date. And my Aunt Barbara is 84 years old, and she's still kicking it, guys. She's still kicking it. And she's got a little bit of humor here. So it says, "Warning, don't lose this birthday card." Okay. And then when you open it up, it has this, I guess it was taped there. I don't know if it was like that or not, but I think it was taped. It has this kind of like ripped $10 bill thing right here. And it says, "After inflation." Okay. And I don't know if I was supposed to open up the other one first or not at that time, because I did open these up. It says, "It's your present, love, Barbara." And then she sent a second card, like a Christmas card. And I am going to enter you into the contest, because it doesn't matter if you're family or not. You're participating because you have always watched my channel and supported me. And thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. This Christmas card, and it has, some money in it, which who doesn't need some money? Now, of course, I tell them, don't give me money. I don't want to take money from you, but I learned something pretty recently. If someone's compelled enough to send you something, whether it's money or a gift card or a Harry Potter collection, just roll with it and accept it as a blessing. And I always say this, I can't believe I'm about to get emotional. I want the blessing to come back to that person, because literally, I know how hard it is. I know how hard it is to have stuff, and you work so hard and you give it out to someone just because you love them. But I do know that she loves me, and I love you, and I'm so glad that we got to hang out on Thanksgiving. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart, and especially because of supporting me from the very beginning from my channel. Okay, the next one is from my other aunt, Vanna. And she actually had mailed out this card because she didn't know they didn't know they were coming to Thanksgiving at that point, and I got it a few days later. And yes, they always remember everybody's birthday, and it's just awesome. It says, "On your birthday." And in here, and she put a little bit of money, which, again, thank you. I'm just going to call it as is, a thank you. And it says, "What a day for smiling and wishing and just being happy. What a day for celebrating. Happy birthday. I love you, Vanna." And again, I'm going to submit this card into the contest. Family can be part of the contest as well. And best wishes. And thank you, Mom. And thank you, Barbara. And thank you, Vanna, because Vanna's also been there from the very beginning. And my mom's always supported me. Matter of fact, she's who came up with my channel name, Kitty Street. And if you know all about that, then you know you've been hanging out with me for a while. All right, guys, I know this has been quite a long one. I did not mean it to be this long, but hey, it is what it is. I get off on a tangent. I just love, love, love to come and hang out with my besties. It's like time just flies. And you know, I'll be back probably very, very soon with the next one. And like, share, comment, and please subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. It's totally free. And bye.